the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States of America had one of her staff people call after seeing one of our staff people give this presentation. And she called and invited us to a meeting. And in the meeting, there were a lot of, bigwig people. And our founder said, excuse me, Speaker, Madam Speaker, one of the ways to turn the economy around, one of the ways to invest in the future of this country, and one of the ways to ensure that we can ignite the imagination of a whole generation is for you to sponsor pioneering legislation. And she, did the cliffhanger thing. She was like, well, what is this pioneering legislation? And he said, it's the Clean Energy Jobs Bill. And she was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. All right, thank you, young man. And then they went out to do the press conference. Because, politicians, even the best one, they do a meeting and then they go do a press conference. And so they're at the press conference, they're up there speaking at the podium, and she's up there with the mayor of San Francisco and all the other business people. And my friend Van is standing in the back, just happened to be in the photo and happened to have met the speaker and got to make a little pitch and thought, I'll follow up with her staff. And she turns to him and says, Van, come up here and tell people about the Clean Energy Jobs Bill we're going to do this year. And so he was like, yeah, she get up there and tell him. Oh! And so he went up and he said, totally told them, we're going to do a Clean Energy Job Bill. So then she introduced us to this wonderful congresswoman, Hilda Solis from Southern California, who put some legislation in force in the energy bill last year called the Green Jobs Act 2007. $125 million a year for green job training. $25 million a year just for this thing we call Green Pathways Out of Poverty. So that's folks who are actually living below the poverty level, folks with barriers to employment, formerly incarcerated, a GED or less, folks with English as a second language, to get trained to be in the economy. And then, because, us being who we are, we had to put that part about formerly incarcerated people. And some of the legislators don't like that. They feel like you're trying to help people who've done something wrong. We're like, well, then they will do better. Because they've already done it. They come out and then, but if they can't do anything, they come back, right? And so they were like, we ain't gonna let that go. We're gonna stop it. The pass. And then they were like, the president was like, I ain't gonna do nothing for people who don't speak English as the first language, and you didn't go to school, and blah 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 blah. And then he signed it. And so we won, and we were blown away because $125 million a year, $25 million a year just for for the poorest Americans to get job training and to get access so they can have good family waging jobs. And then we got home and legislators started calling. So the head of California's assembly, House, called and said he wanted to do something. And he's Speaker Fabian Nunez. He wanted to do something. And we said, okay, that's cool. We'll do something with you. Fine. He said, okay, I want to do something for like, $3 million a year, and he's like, okay, well that's cool because we just did something 120, but whatever. That's good. We'll do whatever it is for people. And then Senator Darrell Steinberg, who has just been elected to be the head of the California Senate, he called and he said, I want to do a green bond, and so we can do a revolving loan fund, do this sort of school to work pathways where we do something with community college and high schools because we have this dismal dropout rate in California. And we said, great. And he said, yeah, I was thinking $3 billion. We were like, whoa, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Let us call some people. So then we started putting together a statewide alliance so that we could actually do it. And because it's like, $3 billion with a B, that's a lot of money. And there's a lot of job training programs that already exist that in general help very few people. And we were bound and determined not to be part of that. So we got together with community colleges, education, environmentalists, community-based organizations, and we put together a statewide coalition that's moving these things through, and that hopefully will move through much bigger things. So, we've come to the end of my talk. Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. So, for us at the Elevator Center, at the end of the day, all this fancy stuff, moving picture, the cliffhangers, the twists and turns, all of it really boils down to something fairly simple. Yes.
Amen.
These young people like them. So these are people from my community in West Oakland. These two young guys on the side. I mean, all of them. Don't you just want to hug them?
Yeah.
Just take care of them. Most people do. In a couple of years, though, they'll be taller. Two guys will have a little facial hair. You know what I mean? Maybe have their big baggy sweatshirts on. In a couple more years, they'll have a lot of hair on their face. Be a lot. And few people will want to help them. Now, I know that's not true with you all. Even after they made a mistake, you'll still come from. And that's why I'm here with you today. But a lot of people won't. And so what this campaign, the Green Collar Jobs campaign, is all about is taking people who most need work, who most need the opportunity, and putting them right where the work most needs to be done. If we're going to actually turn our planet around, if we're going to recorrect from this deep end we're headed off into, it's going to take all hands on deck. Up until now, society has been able to just leave people out. Again, 2 million people locked up in the United States. And people just don't want about the day. No big deal. Soviet Russia. Nope. Under Stalin. Nope. No regime. And right now, we have the opportunity to take young people just like this and not only give them meaningful work, but put them to work doing something that means the most for the world right now. Thank you all for this opportunity. I can end it, we ended early. So, you know, to people who want to go, just can ask some questions and they want to sing. Whichever comes first.